Greetings, my name is Belle. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be taking a closer look at this cool deck called the Akashic Tarot. The Akashic Tarot is created by Sharon Ann Klingler and Sandra Ann Taylor. I originally found the deck because I have an e-course on Hay House website by Sandra Ann Taylor. That one is about past lives, I believe. Anyway, so I really like Sandra Ann Taylor's material, so that's why I got this deck, the Akashic Tarot. It's kind of like a combination of a creative tarot deck and an oracle deck. So it's nice because it has a lot of cards, and it's pretty, it has that element of creativity to it, which I always like. So I had been chatting with someone on Instagram a few months ago, and I said that I would like to do a closer look video on YouTube about this Akashic Tarot deck, because the woman on Instagram had mentioned that she was curious about the deck and she wanted to know if you could actually use it with the Akashic records. Like, could you actually use the Akashic Tarot with insights from the Akashic records? So that's a really good question. So that's what I wanted to explore. And even though there's like a huge delay, I'm happy to be here today to explore those questions. So I've prepared some notes, and what I did was I drew 2 cards, but before I looked at them, I wrote down some notes. It's not quite automatic writing, it's kind of more like intuitive writing for me. So I'd also like to say that I tune into the Akashic records pretty informally, so that should be taken into consideration. It's kind of, the Akashic records I think is kind of just part of my sense of intuition in general. So we'll see. Okay, so I wrote down Akashic records / Akashic Tarot reading, and then I started to just kind of casually tune in intuitively. And I got the message, welcome, please designate your question, because you know that you always go into the Akashic records with an intention or a question because you need it to be specific. So my question was, that I came up with, how can I be more humble and grounded in my life? Okay, so here's the quote and the message from the Akashic records through my own intuition. The message is, because you are sincere, we will answer you. Bringers of the Dawn book may serve a significant purpose for you right now. Do not let the world extinguish your inner flame. Stay radiant. Being humble does not mean being less than or less worthy. And then they go on to say, dear heart, you sing the song of the universe. We're singing this song with harmonies, so we are in harmony with all. Harmonies, they just said, you sing the song of the universe, harmonies with all. And I interpret that to mean we're singing our own song and we are in harmony with everyone else too. And then they go on to say, have no worry, have no fear, all is well. And that's the end of that message. So obviously it's incredibly positive and uplifting. So at this point, I wanted to look at the cards that I had already drawn. I drew 2 cards. So the first card I had drawn is 6 of Scrolls. It's called the Sands of Time. For the intuitive reading, I personally wrote down that the Sands of Time card can mean harness your time travel abilities by harnessing dream travel. And I went on to write down explore with joy and newfound vitality. So I'm looking at the Sands of Time card to mean that there's a lot of exploration possible with lucid dream travel. So that's really cool. But then in the booklet, the Akashic Tarot guidebook, the actual meaning for the card according to the guidebook is, paraphrasing, don't miss out, you need to use your time wisely, which makes sense, when you think about the Sands of Time. And then looking at the next card, the next card is one of their major arcana cards in this deck, number 6, and it is titled The Divine Physician. When I first looked at this card, I thought it was depicting Jesus healing people. When I read the booklet, it's actually a Celtic healer who was helping heal people. And the booklet also mentions using sacred words for healing. If I go back to my own interpretation of the Divine Physician card, I wrote down, it is a normal, universal human trait to be able to heal yourself and sometimes assist in holding space for others. So it's just about how healing is a part of life as human beings. And that's what I thought. So then I was like, wait a minute, what about my original question? So I asked, this intuitive sense of life, and the message was, asking about being humble is a type of worry or fear. Don't overthink. If you let go of overthinking, your daily quality of life will drastically improve. So that's a personal message for me that perhaps is universal as well. When we're trying to get it right to such a degree, the sense of overly perfect or the sense of over precision, like worrying about, am I humble enough? That's basically overthinking. So that's a good intuitive message, like, let go of worry and fear and simply enjoy your life and embrace life in a really, not just carefree, but that harmony, that beautiful sense of life. With this, we're all singers and we have this beautiful harmony together. So that's very uplifting. You don't even have a chance to worry or have any fears or overthinking if you are simply basing your focus on this really beautiful sense of life. So, that's all I have for today. To answer the question, is the Akashic Tarot something that can be used personally to get messages from the Akashic records intuitively? I would say, yeah. I would say if you're creative and you want to kind of experiment in a cool way, I would say this deck can be used to journal Akashic records messages. It seems like it worked out. It kind of adds that additional dynamic to be able to look at the cards themselves. And then perhaps compare, like I did, the intuitive Akashic Records messages, the cards, and the booklet that comes with the cards. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry that this audio/video is, like 2 or 3 months late. But I think it was cool to look at this particular deck today. If you want like a tarot/oracle type deck that has a lot of cards, I think I would recommend the Akashic Tarot deck because it's pretty fun. And also, if you're looking for kind of a deck with a lot of cards, which I often look for, it's a good way to look at that. I would say if you're looking for a traditional tarot deck, it's not the way to go. However, if you enjoy tarot and oracle decks at different times, you probably will enjoy working with the Akashic Tarot deck. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got something insightful from this audio/video, and I will talk to you next time.